forward to hearing you play.
Thank you. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2.
Nicely done. Okay, so because you did such a great job, you get to learn even more. Okay, all right? So here's what we're going to do. Everybody stand up, even the tuba player, okay? Now, tuba player and trumpet player, step out in front of your chair. Yeah, now turn and face the audience. All right, now the audience is going to wildly applaud while you all bow. Ready? Go. And then you go back and sit down again. Okay? Now, so that's really the whole complete performance. Okay? Because, first of all, you did a great job. You played well together. You had, I could tell that you had really worked hard studiously to understand where the dynamic contrasts were supposed to be, and you had worked really hard to make sure that your rhythmic figures were lining up. All of those things were done very, very well. And so when you got done, you were appreciated for your work, right? The polite thing to do is to acknowledge the response, right? And the way we do that in a classical setting is everybody stands up, everybody, and that's why I pulled you guys out, right? You pull out, you make sure you acknowledge, everybody bows, and then we go on with our life, right? That kind of thing, right? It's the proper thing to do. Okay, so as I listen to you play, you guys are all matching your tone qualities very well. There wasn't any one time that I heard one instrument more than another. And in fact, you were doing a really nice job of making sure that the two harmony parts were accompanying the trumpet, and so that part was very, very well done. I could tell that you, as I said before, I could tell that you were studiously observing. It's supposed to be loud here, it's supposed to be soft here, and I'm thinking that you probably could maximize that some more. That when it gets to a forte thing, you could really make it be forte, and when it's piano, you could really make it piano. Now, the hard part for that is when we get to, at the end of the first line, we go to the second line, and immediately it's piano, and the trumpet player has a whole bunch of notes to play, right? And they're kind of high, okay? And you see piano, and you go, oh man, this is going to be hard, right? Okay? So what you need to do in those cases is you need to approach that with the same air energy playing soft as you did when you were playing loud, okay? I used this example a little earlier today. We're in a math class, right? We got math books all over the place, and it's like you're in math class, and the teacher's up in the front of the room, and you've got to get somebody over here to understand what you're talking about, right? Okay? And you can't yell at them, because that would be wrong. You'd get kicked out of class, right? So you really whisper really emphatically, and your lips are really making sure they can read your lips and everything while you're, right? But there's lots of air energy, there's energy there, right? So that they, right, otherwise you're gonna get in trouble, okay? So it's that same kind of that same kind of energy that you have to put into going to that second line. So let's try this. Let's start at the beginning, okay? And let's give me more forte, okay? And then when we get to the second line, let's give us more energy even though we're playing soft, okay? Let's just try that.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2.
Not that soft. Okay? So yeah, you have to go from this big thing to this really exciting thing. This big thing, this really exciting thing. Okay? Right? So let's just start on the second line. Now let's see if you can do that, okay? I'll count you in. Ready? 1, 2, 3, ready? Bum, bum. Go. I want to make sure that we get from that forte back to that piano, and you're still playing with lots of energy. So let's try it again. That second line, okay? Soft, then loud, then soft, then loud. We're going to do it twice. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. Right? You have to go in with that attitude of, I'm just going to go for it. Even though it's soft, I'm going to go for it, and I'm going to really make it a very emphatic difference, okay? The tuba player, as you're blowing, are you new to the tuba? Is this something that, did you start on a different instrument? That's kind of the case a lot of times.
Yeah, I started on trumpet, but I've been playing tuba for like a year now.
A year, yeah, good. So the difference for me, when I go from playing trumpet to going to play tuba, I have to think of a bigger column of air. It's I mean, the tuba's bigger, right? I mean, that should be, and so I have to get this feeling of, here I was only having to fill this much of a tube of air. Now I got to fill this much of a tube of air, right? And so the amount of deep breathing that goes in, it just has to be exaggerated, right? Okay? And when you do, it allows you to get those lower notes to be able to speak a lot more clearly, right? And then think in terms of dropping your jaw just a little bit to get that sound out a little bit more, okay? Try it from the beginning now, and you did forte, let's see if we can press that a little bit more, okay? A little bit bigger forte at the beginning, okay? From all of you.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2.
Just by moving more air, that your notes are speaking a lot more clearly. Okay, now, could you start this without counting us in? Okay, now, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to be you, okay? I'm going to be you. You're going to play, right? But I'm going to be you to start, okay? Everybody ready? Y'all, we're not going to count in. We're just going to nod and go. Ready? Now you be me. Okay? Good. See, you can get away without doing that counting thing if you just kind of work it out ahead of time. Could you take a bigger breath before you play? Boom, boom. Right? A more cleansing breath, and that will make them feel a little bit more comfortable when they come in. Okay? Try it again. Yeah, that makes a big difference, don't you think? Right? and it gives a little bit more professional way of getting things started and whatnot. You can give them what the tempo is going to be just by your breath. Bum, 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 bum. Everybody knows exactly what the tempo is going to be just by that preparatory breath, right? I'm going to wrap things up by saying you play really well together. You play with really good balance. You're very studious about how you went about the dynamic contrast, and we proved in just a short amount of time that you can maximize that even more, right? Okay. You proved that you can play softer with more energy. I mean, that was the thing we worked on, right? And you learned how to acknowledge applause. Okay, right? Thanks very much for coming in and playing for us today. It was great to hear you.